It's possible for a person to be successful, for a person to be famous, for a person to be popular, for a person to be powerful, but without a soul. Many people have sold their souls to the devil, meaning they have compromised their integrity. Many artists have come out to confess that they've sold their souls, and they also tell you that when they are performing, it is not them. They are spirits that are enabling them to do those big performances. Those performances that you look at and you say, wow, they are beyond a human being, you know?
You're saying there is a secret initiation ritual to get into Hollywood?
Nah, man. Sean Puffy Combs. I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day.
Don't waste your time on useless work, mere busy work, the barren pursuits of darkness. Expose these things for the sham they are.
Welcome to the family, John.
It's a scandal when people waste their lives on things they must do in the darkness where no one will see.
What made you first suspect that Michael Jackson had an unhealthy interest in children?
Rip the cover off those frauds and see how attractive they look in the light of Christ. Wake up from your sleep. Climb out of your coffins. Christ will show you the light. So watch your step. Use your head. Make the most of every chance you get. These are desperate times.
Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door.
We've got thousands of bottles of lube here. Yeah, we have crates of lube back here too. Disgusting. Same in the rear. We got a tanker full of it.
Dear friends, the following is an abridged and revised version of Erica's book entitled Death, Hell, and Heaven. For those who want to purchase her book, I left you the link in the description box of this video. Thank you. Introduction. My name is Erica Mukisa Kimani. I was born on August 26, 1991, to Emmanuel and Bernadette Waiswa, who are dedicated Sunday school teachers. I have one brother, Evans Musigwa, a minister of the gospel. As of April 2, 2020, he is studying theology in Bible college. I began my ministry on February 22, 2009, shortly after I was delivered. Since then, I have witnessed thousands of people come to Christ and receive deliverance through my ministry. I hold a bachelor's degree in development studies from Kampala International University, Uganda. I have preached the gospel in numerous churches across Uganda and have visited every district in the country. My ministry has also taken me to the borders of Congo, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, Kenya, and Nigeria. My greatest desire, since I began serving the Lord, has always been to win souls for Christ. It was during my ministry work that I met my husband, Tim Simon Bamboo Kimani. Our meeting was a divine appointment, arranged through Tommy Lee Osborne Owiti, the son of the late Archbishop Silas Owiti, who now leads the Voice of Salvation and Healing Church in Kisumu, Kenya. Archbishop Silas Owiti had a close friendship with the late T.L. and Daisy Osborne, who are fondly remembered for their ministry work. Tim and I met in 2017 while doing missionary work, and we were married in 2019. We have faced many spiritual battles together, including numerous attacks of witchcraft and sorcery. These challenges have been so intense and numerous that we plan to share them in upcoming publications of the Erica series. Tim has been a crucial part of my journey, helping me write all my books. He is also the author of the financial publication The Truth About Money, a book that exposes the satanic global banking system that dominates the world. Through every vicious attack of the enemy, God has delivered us. His word stands true. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. Psalm chapter 34, verse 19. This book is the fourth publication in the Erica series. The first 3 books detail different aspects of my testimony. Erica, Part 1, 7 Years in Hell. Erica, Part 2, 18 Years with Lucifer. Erica, Part 3, Witchcraft and Spiritual Warfare. These books are powerful tools for spreading the gospel. I encourage you to use them in sharing the message of the kingdom of God. As it says in Joshua chapter 24, verse 15, "And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Chapter 1. The Angel of Death. My initiation and covenant with death. When I was 8 years old, my grandmother, A. Teosdanaya Gandhi, took me to a graveyard to initiate me and bind me to the dead. Her own mother, whom she had sacrificed, was also buried there. As part of the initiation, my grandmother performed rituals, moving from one grave to another while reciting the names of our ancestors. There were about 14 graves. She sprinkled herbs on each grave, introducing me to each deceased family member. When we reached the far end of the graveyard where her mother was buried, my grandmother sprinkled herbs on the grave and held my hand as we knelt. Then she poured water mixed with herbs on me. As the mixture touched my skin, I felt paralyzed. I could not move. Goosebumps covered my body, my hair stood up, and something began to take over me. My legs shook, but I stood motionless. It felt like the earth beneath me was going to swallow me whole. My grandmother lay down on her mother's grave and began calling out her lineage, presenting me to our ancestors. As she spoke, I heard voices coming from the graves, one after another, each letting out a terrifying wail. Every grave had become a portal to another dimension. I distinctly heard the angry voice of my grandmother's mother. She demanded to know why I had been brought there at such a young age. My grandmother responded, explaining that I was her heir. She told them a prophet from the United States had visited and prophesied over me, saying I would bring many souls into the kingdom of God. If she did not initiate me, they would lose me forever. Then my grandmother laid me at the edge of her mother's grave. I saw the shadow of death, a dark, thin smoke, descend upon me, entering through my nostrils. I lost consciousness, no longer aware of the physical world. Suddenly, a violent whirlwind snatched me out of my body, transporting me to the world of the dead. I found myself at the foot of hell. Hell, as I saw it, was shaped like a human body. At its feet, I met my ancestors and the Angel of Death. The Angel of Death appeared before me, riding a pale white horse. This horse had wings and could fly, transforming into a whirlwind. Though the conversation I had with my ancestors is detailed in Erica Part 1, 7 Years in Hell, I will share what the Angel of Death showed me that day. He revealed to me the birds he uses to spread death through witchcraft: a crow, an owl, a bat, and a pigeon. He took me to the Valley of Death, explaining that he often visited because the music there appeased his spirit. The music was composed of the voices of those who had died violently, murdered in cold blood, miscarriages, sacrifices, accidents, wars, sicknesses, suicides, and abortions. The Angel of Death boasted that he whispers a song of death into people's ears, causing them to take their own lives. He claimed that he had whispered the same song to Judas Iscariot after he betrayed Jesus, leading to Judas's suicide. He told me he is sustained by human death. I watched as he flew over the Valley of Death, where rivers of blood flowed. He descended into the river, drinking and bathing in the blood until he was fully covered. His horse followed, licking the blood from his body. When he emerged from the blood, he looked young and attractive, resembling Michael Jackson, though paler. His lips were stained red with blood, and he was dressed in a black suit and top hat, similar to how Michael Jackson dressed. The angel told me that many musicians and celebrities, including Michael Jackson, had come to him for fame and power. In exchange, they entered into covenants with him, and through their music, the spirit of death was passed on to their listeners. He explained that Michael Jackson and other celebrities referred to him as the Man in the Mirror, Rain Man, or Boogeyman. He even mentioned that Rihanna sang about him in her song Umbrella. While the angel of death transported me through the whirlwind, we listened to Michael Jackson's song Thriller. The angel proudly claimed that Jackson's iconic dance moves and style were inspired by him. He said that many famous musicians, such as Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Tupac Shakur, Selena, Celine Dion, and many others, had sold their souls to him. The angel of death tasked me with bringing music into his kingdom, specifically music associated with death, such as accidents. He explained that human beings are tripart beings, made up of spirit, soul, and body. He said the life force of a human comes from the spirit, and the key to controlling this life force is through meditation and concentration. To cause accidents and destruction, I would need to focus and meditate, and the more I did, the more powerful I would become. The angel of death told me that before Michael Jackson recorded any song, he would lock himself in a special altar room in his house for 3 days. During that time, he would astral project out of his body and travel to the world of the dead. The angel would sodomize him, imparting a song and skill into him before sending him back to his body. Once back, Michael would write down the song and head to the studio to record it. Before releasing the song, he asked young boys to transfer the spirits into them. Then, he would take the master copies to perform rituals and enchant the songs with demonic energy. No music would be released without human sacrifice. People often died at Michael Jackson's concerts due to the corrupted anointing he carried. Michael was also Usher Raymond's godfather, initiating him into the industry through sodomy. Usher was covenanted with marine spirits to spread immorality through his music. When he sang songs like, "I Want to Make Love in This Club," marine spirits would enter listeners, leading them into immorality. Usher's influence over women was so strong that they would throw their underwear at him during performances. His songs were actually homosexual anthems. Usher also introduced Justin Bieber to the music industry, initiating him through the same process. The entire industry, the angel of death revealed, is covenanted to Satan and the angel of death. Deals are only offered after a person has entered a covenant, usually a homosexual one, which is recorded on video. This is how the music and entertainment industry operates as one body, aligned with the kingdom of darkness. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Mark chapter 8, verse 36. The angel of death unrolled a large document resembling an ancient scroll. In it, I saw the names of companies tied to him. These companies became wealthy at the cost of human lives, with people's souls sacrificed to enrich them. The scroll listed companies involved in manufacturing cars, food, and a wide range of products. Even major media companies and global organizations were in covenant with him. I also saw the names of world leaders, kings, queens, presidents, and heads of state, along with influential businessmen and captains of industry, all connected to the angel of death. After revealing these secrets, the angel of death taught me how to leave my body at will and travel into the spirit world. He showed me how to return to my body and how to travel using a whirlwind from one location to another. Sorcerers use this method of transportation with the help of the angel of death. He explained that the human body, made from dust, can be transported easily by a whirlwind. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, distress and anguish cometh upon you. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 27. The whirlwind, he said, is a common mode of transportation in the spiritual realm. The angel of death gave me a ring. He created it from dust particles that transformed into metal, forming a ring on my left hand. He told me that since I was still underage, the ring would be invisible to others, but visible to me. He explained that whenever I wanted to travel in the spirit world, I needed to focus on how I wished to travel. I would touch the ring with my thumb and make a similar gesture with my right hand for added concentration, even though the ring was only on my left hand. With this ring, I could also incite violence and conflict among people, causing them to fight and shed blood. From the age of 8, I worked with the angel of death, using the power of the ring. After my initiation, I returned to my body. I continued working with him until I was 11 years old, when a famous celebrity musician introduced me to Satan himself. The details of my encounter with Satan are in my second book, Erica Part 2, 18 Years with Lucifer. Chapter 2, Hell's Layout. During my time serving Satan, I learned that hell is structured like a human body standing upright, but with the face of a serpent. At the foot of hell are the gates, along with its prisoners and various prisons. The right leg of hell. The right leg holds the souls of those who died in sin. Here, demons inflict unimaginable torture and torment on them. These souls endure endless suffering, burned, bruised, beaten, crushed, sexually assaulted, and scratched by evil spirits. They long for death, but it is denied to them. It is in this place that they realize death, in some ways, could be a relief. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Revelation chapter 9, verse 6. The left leg of hell. The left leg contains the souls of the living who have been captured and imprisoned in hell. Their prisons vary based on how they arrived. Some are bound through witchcraft, either because they practiced it themselves or were bewitched by others. Those involved in witchcraft are confined in coffins, while those bewitched are shackled in chains. Some souls are trapped in glass prisons. There are also those who can freely enter and leave hell, enjoying special privileges due to their roles as world leaders, witches, or other servants of Satan. These people may serve Satan without even realizing it. The head of hell. The head of hell is an altar shaped like a serpent, with a pyramid in its mouth. This pyramid sits beneath Satan's throne, positioned above two fangs that extend from the serpent's mouth. The wide-open mouth of hell contains this pyramid, and Lucifer's throne rests on top of it. The serpent's tongue, symbolizing deception, runs the kingdom of darkness and stretches from beneath Satan's throne down between hell's feet. The Eye of Hell. The Eye of Hell, located between the serpent's two fangs, holds another world filled with fashion and technology. This is where the fallen angels reside. Here I met Cleo and other fallen angels, including Abaddon, also known as Apollyon in Revelation chapter 9, verse 11. Cleo oversees all technology in the world today. In the Eye of Hell, I saw laboratories where human body parts were fused with technology, creating a merging of humanity and machines. This is the central hub for artificial intelligence research, where innovations are developed before they are released into the world. Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, iPhones, computers, flat-screen TVs, and telecommunications networks are all tools Satan uses to spy on humanity and gather information. Cleo is the mastermind behind all of these advancements. He is also responsible for the printing of money, the creation of weapons of mass destruction, and advanced vehicles like the one known as the Beast, used by the United States President. The high-level sorcerers in Hollywood understand who and what they serve. While they may disguise the truth in satire, they are fully aware that they serve their father, the devil. In the Eye of Hell, I saw the flags and logos of countries, companies, and organizations that exist in the physical world. These entities disguise themselves as peacekeepers, food security organizations, and health organizations, but they manufacture everything humans consume. It was in the Eye of Hell that I saw the marine kingdom, including Jezebel, the queen of the air, the queen of the sea, and the queen of the coast. I saw Fortune 500 companies, international stock exchanges like the NYSE, and major media outlets. I also witnessed the presence of the world's largest banks, prestigious universities, international schools, and hospitals. The Heart of Hell. The Heart of Hell is home to the Lake of Fire, which exists in stages and has a life of its own. It grows, produces horrifying sounds, and never ends. The lake is its own world, filled with creatures that thrive in the flames. These beings resemble giant caterpillars, maggots, spiders, and roaches. They are massive in size. One cockroach can consume 2 people in an instant. I explain more about the Lake of Fire in my book, Erica Part 1, 7 Years in Hell. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Revelation chapter 20, verse 14. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night, forever and ever. Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. The right hand of hell. In hell's right hand are the rulers of this world, the bloodlines of Satan. They control the printing and circulation of currency, dominate the global financial system, influence politics, and manipulate the news. These rulers, the controllers of the world, are referred to as the synagogue of Satan. They include the Pope, European royalty, and the 13 satanic bloodlines, as detailed in The Truth About Money by Tim Simon Kamani. In the left hand of hell, I found those who appear to be leaders but are actually puppets of Satan. These individuals are celebrities, politicians, news anchors, comedians, actors, entertainers, false prophets, athletes, businessmen, and captains of industry. Despite their influence and fame, they are nothing more than slaves to Satan's will. The belly of hell. The belly of hell is where demons and evil spirits dwell. These demons are the slaves and servants of fallen angels. The belly of hell is a bottomless pit, a wilderness devoid of life. Even demons despise this place because of its emptiness. It is why demons will try to feed on humans if given the chance. They have no other source of sustenance. In Matthew chapter 8, verse 29, the demons cried out to Jesus. And behold, they cried out, saying, "What have we to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time?" The torment that demons fear occurs in the belly of hell or the right foot, where they are sent when they fail in their missions. Even demons face torment from superior demons if they fail to carry out their duties. The Egyptian pharaohs and the priesthood of hell. The ancient Egyptian pharaohs were replicas and manifestations of hell's priesthood. When the children of Israel turned their backs on heaven and adopted the ways of the Egyptians, they became slaves to hell. They embraced witchcraft, idolatry, and the practices of Egypt, forgetting the ways of Yahweh. As a result, they became vain, powerless, and spiritually dead without Elohim's protection. Dear friends, we will share the continuation of Erica's book in our next video. For those who want to share their personal testimony, please email me at holyheartbeats7@gmail.com. I will do my best to share your unique testimony in our future videos. God bless. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in our next video.